Hey guys, I'm back with another video for those home brewers, beginners actually, to brew with the kids. So I got everything. So I got it in my sink. So it's really hot in my sink. So I just put some water in there, and then you got to use some OxyClean like this one, like the granulate, or even better, and that's one I preferred all the time. It's like the star sand. You really got to get this, guys. So at your homebrew shop, they will sell it. It was a while gone, but now it's back. And whenever anything comes in contact with it, so you put it in your water, in hot water in your sink, like the airlock, for example. Whenever it comes in contact, like less than 30 seconds, it will be disinfected. So get yourself this one, star sand, because the other one with the granulate, you have to wait like 5 minutes or something to be also disinfected. So this is like, when it comes in contact, it's like already clean. So that's a really good thing. And this one is 946 milliliters. So that's almost a liter, and it goes forever. Like you need only 15 to 25 milliliters to 10 liters of water. So that's almost nothing to 10 liters of water. So really amazing. Okay, let's try to get this one, guys. The star sand HB. So what's in my sink actually? So you gotta clean it all. My airlock is in there. A thing to put up the water. I'm gonna show you soon in the buckets to top up the water. This is my spigot, my tap to put on the buckets or the brew buckets. You might have bought already. I don't know. That's the thing to get it tightened. My spoon is in there. There's lots of in here actually. That's for my hops. I also gonna show you that later. A new pair of scissors, but you also got to clean it. Like this one also, the Safe Ale I told you about. The US-05 yeast, you really get to get also, because it's very forgiving, like I told you. Because when your brew is slightly off, like a few degrees, when when fermentation is going on, then you need something like this. It's a really amazing and neutral yeast. So it's the Safe Ale US-05. I think you can read it now. Yeah, like this. It's from Fermentis. And it isn't expensive at all. It's like, yeah, I don't know, maybe €1.50 or something like that. So everything got to be clean, guys. Also the bucket I cleaned already. Not with some, like you have your sponges to be your dishes, like this one. So this side you don't want to use in your buckets, because it will leave slight micro, like, it's really not good. So get yourself a really nice and smooth cloth and clean it out the bucket already. Or you can also do some star sand with water in there and shake it all around when your tap is installed, of course. So I'm gonna install my tap, and then I'm gonna go over to the other side on my fire, so you can see the kits I am already warming up, and the water I'm warming up to do the hops in there. So this you got to do first, guys. Get it all clean, really clean. The bucket is really important to get really clean. I will do some blue tape around it, for the water, to get a really tight sealing actually. And I'm gonna clean it extra. So I got this brush. You see, to clean the threads on that, to actually clean it inside a little bit. So I can get a little bit inside, like you see. It's really important. You got to do, every time you got to do this, guys. It's really important. And now I'm going over to my fire there, and I'm gonna show you the kit I am brewing today, and the hops I will be also warming up, like the water. Okay, yeah, guys, see you soon. Hey guys, so here I am, and I'm gonna show you. This is actually the kit I'm going to brew, the IPA one, and you see it's just in water, and I will warm it up on the fire. You can also use this one, of course, like the can, but it will be more difficult, of course. What I did before with this pouch, and I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna get this out. This one with the seal, I'm gonna get this one loose already. You see? So it will be opened, because when it's warm, when it's really warm, like really hot, it's rather impossible to do this with your gloves on. And what the warming up does exactly do is make the syrupy liquid inside much more smooth to come out, because this is what is really thick inside, but it will be much more loose then and much more fluid. So that you get I will do. And then also here I'm gonna boil it and then leave it for a while and get my hops in, and I'm gonna do this one, and I will show you. In this, it's a hop sock, so you just put your hops in there, like in here, and just leave it in the pan I just showed you here, like in here. I will do it, and I will let it tighten it here on the handle. I will tighten it, and then it's boiling all the time, and everything will be sterilized, because when it's boiling, there is not any use of doing it like I done here. So you got your star sign in here and stuff, because this one is after the boil, because when it's boiling it's no problem, but when it ends the boil actually, and you're gonna put it in your bucket, all the things, then you have to sterilize everything after the boil, of course. Okay guys, let's do this. So guys, in the meantime, when your water is actually boiling for the IPA to the liquid, the syrupy thing is going more liquid, and your water for your hops is also boiling up, then I get this all the time, like I told you to get a really nice seal for the bucket when installing your tap to it, like your spigot here. It has to be installed here, of course, but you see there is some thread on there, so I've cleaned it already with some star sand, also in my sink. Now you gotta get some of these, because I had it one time and it was slightly leaking, not like all the time, and that's actually no problem if it leaks like only one drop, like in an hour. It's not actually, there's not actually air going out, you know. But to avoid this, I always got some of this one, the blue, for the water, you know, to seal it really nice up. And then I will do this, I will go around, and when installed, it doesn't get in contact with your liquid, but it will make a really nice seal, and it will, because when you always get the tap off like I do every time from the bucket to clean it, and you really have to do that, guys. I'm not joking about it. You really have to do it every time to get your tap off your spigot, and then you get some like this one around it. So that's more than enough. And then you just put it to your bucket. I'm gonna show you. This is just to get it in there. So now it's really well sealed, and there won't be any liquid more coming out actually. So that's that. Maybe I can go a little more, because I also have to do the back of it, like with this one. This one you got to put at the back and get it really tightened. So I'm doing it now. And like I told you, when there's only a drop coming out in an hour, when your brew is fermenting, there's no problem, of course. But you really have to do it really tightened. Maybe you can use some like equipment to get it really tightened down, but most of the time I just do it with my hands, and with this one, the blue sealant actually for water. So that's another tip I'm going to tell you. And do get yourself some of these guys to top up your liquid to the 23 liter march, because otherwise it will be really difficult to do it. Because I just get some water cold from my water, like from home, and I just put it always in there. Like this is like 2 liters every time, so I can calculate perfectly. It's written also in the bucket, but I did really fast back in the days, and here is 23 liters. It will be almost exactly, but not like 100%. But when you use this and you know what's in your thing on the fire, of course, for the hops, because I'm gonna use my hop sock, but I'm gonna use the water that is boiled actually first in the bucket, because when you put the liquid in the syrupy, like ready to brew kit, it will be much more easy to stir it up, because it's already warm, and the liquid will be even more softened. Because when you do the liquid first in the bucket, it will be really thick, and you do the water after that, it's really hard to do, because it doesn't soften up even more, because you've got to really stir it really well, and that's always a little bit of a problem. But I'm gonna show you guys how to do it really fast, so keep watching. Yeah guys, another thing about the hops actually. So I got my hops. That's 1 kilogram of hops, and it's actually a mixture, a melange of aroma hop, from Brew Firm. It's 12% of alpha, so you don't want them to get these as a bittering hop, because your kit will already be at some bittering level. So this one you got to keep in your freezer. You can see there might be some, you can see the smoke coming off, because they are in my freezer, and it's really good, because they will, at boiling temperature, they will be softened really, really fast, and they will grow, of course, because these pellets hops will really grow in size. And this is 1 kilo. I told you the melange. So I'm gonna get this one, like 50 grams I'm gonna use before, and then for actually the dry hopping, because I'm gonna show it also later in the third video, because this is also the second video still, but most of them knowledge will be in here actually. So use your fresh hops, guys. Put them in the freezer and don't touch them. I will open them now, and I will show you later when I put it in the bucket how it will looks like 50 grams of hops. You will see the pellets. I'm only using pellets. I'm not going to use like flowers, because when you make an IPA, the flower hops that comes in form of the normal hops, when you get them from the plants, it will be more grassy notes to it, and you don't want it in your IPA actually. I don't want it in my IPAs. So I get always, all the time, pellets, and price-wise, they're not much much different anyway. So I'm gonna show you later. So these are my hops, guys. Maybe you can see it. What's actually on there. So yeah, really, they were rather cheap because I got 50% off. So for this kilo, it was rather nice price. I'm gonna get it in my boiling water. When it's boiling is done, I'm gonna put my fire off, and then I'm got some 50 grams of this one in there, in my pan, in my, yeah, you know, in my on my fire, and then I will wait some time, like when it's more than 70 degrees Celsius, the oils will still come from these pellets. So okay, let's do it, and let's watch also, because you can hear it. If you listen closely, already the fire is burning. The kit is also warming up to get the syrupy thickness away and be more liquid. Okay, guys. Okay, guys, you see the hops? I did open the package already. I'm gonna, because it's really hard now, because they were in the freezer, but I will put it in my sock. It's called the hop sock, actually. And I will put it, like I told you, on the fire, in the can, in the, you know, the thing that is boiling now. I'm gonna show you also, so keep watching. Look at these, guys. 1 kilogram. Really smells awesome. It's really, really awesome. Hey guys, here it is. I got a little more than 50 grams, I think, because it's still, but they will heat up like it's boiling now. So let's get it in. I'm gonna just put it in there. So when it's boiling, and I will tie a knot to this. Actually, make sure you leave enough space, because like I told you, the hop pellets will like triple in size easily. I will put it in here, and now I will get some thing above it, because you can leave it also that way, this way. So they're already being, yeah, infused into the water. Also, I'm gonna show you the other one, the IPA, is almost boiling. So what I'm gonna show you now, guys, is that I'm gonna wear my gloves, and I will put this one into the bucket, but first this one, like what's like this, actually this hop tea that has been made in here, like I show you, it will be made in here, and then I add this one also, and I'm gonna add some sugar and some, you know, the spray malt also, because the yeast will eat those sugars, but I'm gonna show you. And I put a bucket also, I didn't say this, but you know this, those things to put your plants on, like you have your thing with your plant in. This is really nice to put your bucket on, because a bucket will weigh actually quite a lot. And when it's done, you put your yeast, you put your lid on it, and your air, your thing to put the air out. Then this one is really nice to try to really easy carry it, like you just push it to where you want to your bucket to be standing for a while, and till it's time to, when it's fermentating, when to make your beers, to do it in the bottles, of course. So this one is really cheap, and you might buy it also, because it's really easy, because the buckets, like I told you, is really heavy. Okay, so now you see, guys, the hop is ready, like the hop tea. And you also see this one boiling. So the master pint IPA is also really loosened up, like the sturdy, like not so easy to get out, like syrupy thing is now also loosened up. Okay, let's get it into a bucket, guys. First of all, let's get the hops out, and like you might see, you have to wait a while for the water to be drained out of it all, because it's really important. It's been actually sitting for like 10 or 20 minutes now, so you get most out of it, because it will make a difference, of course. May get most out of it. I'm just gonna wait like 10 more seconds. It's almost out there. You can also use a spoon and get it also a little bit more out, of course. But okay, let's get it in here like this. So what you're gonna do now, guys, is actually get this one into your bucket here. So I'm gonna do this now. I'm gonna try to do this with one hand. Okay, so gently put it in there because it will splash. I want to make sure, of course, if my tap is closed at this moment, because I don't know for sure now, but I think it will be opened because I just cleaned it. Wait a minute, guys. I'm going to close it because otherwise I had a really big problem, of course. I'm gonna see in a moment when it comes out I have a problem, but for now everything is going okay. It isn't coming out. So really glad at the last moment I did close my spigot, my tap, of course. So that's that, guys. The heating is already in the bucket now, like you can see. And now we get our kit out. We're gonna get this one off. Oh, I got to do it with one hand, and it's really hot. I don't know where to put my where to put my cell phone, of course. But I will try this. It will be working, of course, when I do it like a smart guy and really gently like this. Okay, here it goes. You can see it's much more fluid than the thick liquid that was already before there. But yeah, it's going in. So the hops are in there with the hot water. Now the liquid is in there from the ready to brew kit, actually. So it's going steadily in there. It's going well now. Still a lot has to come out, of course. But you can see it's really hot. But that's what you want, actually, to be really hot, so you can stir it easily after. Okay, it's almost out there, all of it from the kit. You see, but you want to get all in, of course, from the kits, because it's ready to brew malts, and the much more you can get in there, the better your beer will taste, of course. Okay, so what's another trick? So I'm gonna put some hot water again later on in this one. Put some hot water in there, some heating, really boiling hot water, and then I'm gonna put this one on again, the cap, and then shake it around, and all of it will be ready to be in the bucket, so you don't lose actually nothing. Okay, I'm gonna put it here for now. So now let's turn it actually, guys, because we want to let's get your cleaned spatula, your clean spoon, and do aerate it a lot, because it's really important that at this moment to aerate it a lot. Also, when you put your hot, colder water to top up to 23 liters, it's really important to get it from a height in there to be really aerated. So what you do now is get all the goodiness, all of that must be like stirred really well, like you don't want anything in there, like the syrupy thing must be really dissolved now at this moment. But it's actually this easy, you know, and you don't even have to use hops. If you want it really, you can just put some, yeah, you know the syrupy thing in there, the ready to brew kit, and that will be it. Like you top it up, you put some sugar in there. Okay, this is stirred rather nice, but it's not done, guys, not at all. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add also some brewing sugar to this, and then we got to stir it again, of course. Wait a minute, guys, I'm gonna try to get it out. Okay, wait. Okay, the brewing sugar, just get it in there. Make sure you stir it after. That's really nice when all is poured in. So I got some like 250 grams sugar, the brewing sugar, but then I'm gonna use my extra light spray malt. So it's actually for the body and for the richness, because this will be really rich, of course, the brew. Okay, it's all in there, and now we got to stir it up again. Really important. And now we got to stir really well, because they will be like flocks floating around. But that's also when you do all grain. But you will see after a while, all these flocks will be like dissolving already, and everything will be okay. You will see that. But this is how to brew actually. You might use some brewing sugar, 1 kilo, but also this thing you can do. So you stir for a while, and then we're gonna top it up in a moment to 23 liters of, actually with water, to 23 liters. Okay, I'm gonna show you soon. Okay, guys. Okay, so this is my last one that goes in. It's like 2 liters, and you will see the distance. I pour it in to make it really aerate. Okay, so now we're at about 20 liters. For me, that's actually enough, but I'm gonna do some more, because actually I do most of the time, I do only 20 liters, not the 23 liters, like the 40 pints. I don't do most of the time, because I found that the beer is much better, of course, when doing also only 20 liters. But okay, for now, this will be around 20 liters, maybe 21 liters. So everything is ready now, guys. So what you have to do now, and I'm gonna show you, like I'm gonna switch this thing if I can, but I can't, it seems. So, you know your package, the safe ale from the East, do get it in the star sign again, and use your scissors to open it. I'm gonna stop the video now and gonna open it and let you all show. So okay, here is the safe ale US05. If it even wants to focus, but just sprinkle it on there, guys, like this. Just sprinkle it on your thing you just did. You put your liquid in there for the easy to brew home kit, and your extra sugars, your, I don't know how many liters beer you had, how many liters water you add to it, but like this one is 21 liters now. Okay, so let's get the lid on there, because I have the lid ready here. And let's get it on there also. I just gotta put this one off, but like you see, the brew is already really nice looking, and it will be really awesome when it's ready all the time. So just do some things with the lids, because there was some extra spray molds on the lids happening, so you don't want that. You want it to be really clean. Okay, so it's in there. Don't worry about the lid, just put it on there. Maybe you can aerate it again now, but I done it already by actually from a distance. I like you see, like you have seen, I put the water in there from a distance, the cold water. So I topped it up to 20 liters or more. Let's get this really closed, guys. Like you can hear, it's clicking. So this means, and now when you put on it, you hear actually the escaping. So now I got to put my airlock in there. So there's also star set in my airlock now. Just put this one on. So now it will be ready, and in a few hours, I'm sure of that, it will start to actually fermentating the CO2, the CO2, the air will be coming out. If this isn't happening, guys, in like 48 hours, then you might have a problem, and you might put it in the comments box below, and I will give you a tip also how to even start a fermentation after 48 hours if it isn't starting. But now everything is done here. So you put your like syrupy ready to brew kit in there, you put your hops in there, you put your extra sugar in there and some spray malt if necessary, but you can choose because they're all from sugars actually made, so the yeast will eat them anyway. And you put your yeast on there. The temperature will be also nice because I checked it. It is around 20 degrees. So make sure this is between 20 and 25 degrees. That's actually the maximum. I prefer 20 degrees to make a slow build up actually. And you see the airlock must be filled to the half of it. And then it's really nice, and it will be bubbling. It will start bubbling away like in, if you ask me, like in midnight this time. It's like almost midnight now, but it will be starting really soon to be bubbling, and you will see the fermentation starting, and the yeast will be eating everything. I will make a small video of that also to come. Actually now, when you see this, I will be waiting till it starts actually bubbling away, and we'll put this also to this video. Okay, guys, I hope you learned something. I hope you tried it. I hope you bought all the brew buckets and all the equipment, because it's really cheap. And like I told you, you can brew your own beer, like for like half a pound actually, maybe something more like that. Half a pound for a pint actually, like maybe a pound, let's say a pound for a pint, and that's really cheap, of course. Okay, guys. And here we are, guys. It's actually starting. The fermentation is already starting at like 1.5 hours since I made the brew, the ready to brew start kit, and it's actually starting already in 1.5 hours, like you can see, and it's only like 17.5 degrees now, because I only used 2.5 liters of boiling hot water, and the rest I topped up to 23 liters with cold water. That's 5 gallons of 5 gallons of cold water. I topped it up, and look at, guys, it's already starting. So let's now wait 2 weeks, maybe 2 weeks and a half, and then our beer is actually ready to put in bottles, or like for the guys who are watching and they want to see them put in torps, like for the Krups beer machine, I will put them into torps also, but also into bottles to show you guys. So I hope you learned something, and do try it. Like it's really cheap to put you to actually like make your own homebrew. And yeah, look at this. It's really bubbling away, and it will only gets faster. Like there's more CO2 coming out, and the airlock will be even more like busy. Now it's just starting, but like tomorrow it will be much faster, bubbling away. So hopefully, guys, if you have questions, put them in the comment box below, and do like this video and do subscribe if you want to see more videos like this one, because this one I made it myself without any help actually, and it's really nice when someone is actually holding the camera and I don't have to use one hand as sometimes. It's really not easy, of course, but I hope you like this video so far, and I hope you actually start brewing yourself. Now with the COVID thing going on, it's actually a really nice time to try it for yourself. If it's actually not for you, you still don't have to worry, because when you also brew only once, you would get all the money out of this already for your buckets and stuff. Because when you buy your beers actually at a liquor store, it will be much more not cheap, like more expensive to buy your beers for yourself. But when you brew it and you have a good kit, a starter kit ready to brew, you can make really good beers. I have tried it all, guys, and I have tried so many kits actually, and some of them are really, really nice. So I'm talking about the Bulldog one, the Bulldog kits. Bulldog, you can get really at like 23 euros here for a Bulldog kit. They're really, really nice kits. Also the Jack one is a really nice, has really nice kits and an awesome range. So I hope you like it, guys, and don't forget, a beer a day keeps the doctor away. Bye.